Hello, the Madness Project Nexus' Supermall Addendum is the first custom story campaign to be released for the game since the game was released. And this isn't just like a 15-minute experience, this is like an hour-long campaign. Longer if you suck at the game like what happened to Crinkles. But from being the first custom campaign, it is shockingly good. This just might be a recency bias, but this is one of the best levels, better than most of the main campaigns you can play. There is so much love poured into this game, and I will show you why. We start off in the lounge where we see who we play as. His name is Red, or Cooper, as the fans call him. You can walk around and check out the place out, check out your skills, but when you head out, we get a man named Radio Man trying to get hold of the excited one, but he can't seem to get hold of them. When we ask what is going on, he tells us that there is good news and bad news. The good news is that Dig Site 3 has found the artifact and is ready for transport. But the bad news is that they can't get a hold of Dig Site 1. They guess it could be faulty equipment acting, but we let him know that we'll check out and that we'll bring 3 of our guys with us and that everyone else should head to Dig Site 3. So we started heading there. After we get some directions on where to go, we get to see how abandoned this place is. Once was filled with people who are walking around and shopping and talking. It is just now deserted, dark, and empty. And one of the guys mentioned how creepy it is, which is true, but we encounter a door to Dig Site 1, but we find out that it is locked, and it's also apparently an electric door, so we need to get the power back on, so we can continue through. After we did some rewiring, we go through the door, and after we see some ceiling tiles full, totally not foreshadowing, we entered the door to Dig Site 1 to see what happened to them, and oh, well, this isn't good. Well, that's bad. One of you called us in. We need to figure out what happened here. Bullet holes littered the immediate ground of where this one fell. Either these were panic shots or someone was firing back at them. All the trails indicate the bodies were dragged into the hole. These are not good implications. The blood splatters out in one direction. This one got slashed by something sharp. It's no good. Whoever did this busted this radio. Alright, we're not alone here. We need to hurry to Dig Site 3. Then let's get a move on. Think we've been here for too long already. After we realize that we are not alone here and we need to head to Dig Site 3 now. So we all regroup up as we start rushing to the site, where we realize one of our guys are missing. We ask what happened and then we panic and run into the next room. What are you doing? You're going to let the boxes in. We don't know who that shot came from, sir. And whoever that they are, they'll have to come through that door. Hey, do you hear that? If you weren't aware who made this game, it was pretty obvious who we were fighting, which is the N51 or the bad N51. But they blew up the wall and now are trying to kill me. Which now started us from getting to Dig Site 3 and transporting the artifact is now a mission of surviving. But why are these guys trying to kill us? Because it seems like Cooper doesn't seem to know who these guys are since the dialogue icon names are named like Soldier and Sniper. But we keep on pushing. When we reach out of one of the stores, which is where the Overwatch waits and tries to snipe us from a distance while commandos and other soldiers come down to take us out. We also meet our first Delta. These guys are pretty fast and does a lot of strikes and can block our melee attacks. They can be really deadly when other units are shooting at us, but on their own they're not much of a threat. But the Delta runs away like a coward because he thought he was going to die. But we continue to trek forward to more of the clothing shops, which clearly has guns in them. Maybe they have them if a robbery was happening, but I think it's a bit overkill with the guns that they have. We also find that same Delta again, but we quickly take him down. We also find a place where they aren't trying to immediately drown me with bullets. But this room does have a funny detail that has some, amusing dialogue. Reminder to more security: as part of the upcoming live event, the Nexus Corps are loaning us a high-powered rifle to be used explicitly for their planned raffle. Under no circumstances are personnel allowed to use the weapon, or else funds to be paid will come out of everyone's paycheck. Dude, what the heck? How could you lose the key card? I don't know, man. I'm still looking for it. Manager is going to stab us in the pockets for this one. I know, don't rush me. Do you remember when you last had it? It was during my shift in the Rift. I think I was trying on new jeans. You lost it while shopping? They were good jeans. But at this point, I bet the devs thought this game was too easy for you, and boom! A mortar that fires hand grenades. Which, yes, they can be pretty scary, especially when you have other units to deal with, but like Deltas, when they are by themselves, they aren't too hard. Also, fun fact, this guy is another coward. Since when something happens, he does not like, he immediately calls for reinforcements, which they instantly show up. Which makes me believe that they were just watching this whole time, him getting destroyed. But we quickly take them out, and found some C4 that one of the guys was dumb enough to have on them, which leads to this mortar's death. After that, we continue to the next area, which we find Dig Site 3. Our teammates were jumped and taken out. Which now the N51 had the relic in their possessions, which is not good. But with us getting the jump on them, we were able to take them out. So this is what we were after. Looks like we couldn't secure it in time. Better finish off what they started. With the relic secured, we head out the mall to the outside, which we find radio and call our team. Dig Site 3 to HQ, come in. Do you copy? This is an emergency broadcast. Dig Site 3 to HQ, come in. Respond. What are you doing? Get down here before responded. Can't just up ahead. Boss is going to want to see you. As we head out with the other survivor, we see what happened. Many of them are dead, like we have seen, but most of them are injured and are seeking medical treatment. And there isn't that many left of them, unfortunately.
Well, looks like they're last one through.
Yeah, no kidding. What happened? Who are these skins? What do we know about them?
Nothing. They just shut up out in the darkness and start picking us off. Tore through us like cardboard. We tried calling HQ for backup. Our signal's been jammed as far as we know. We're all that's left.
Military good weapons and equipment. Haven't seen anything like this outside Nexus Core. Just what the hell did we step into? Doesn't matter. The artifact is secure, but it won't be for long. We need to get out of here.
We don't know what these guys have at their disposal. They could pick us off out in the open like this. The artifact is too important to risk a whole Mary rush. We need to call them back up.
Well, unless you know how to unjam the signal, I think we're out of options.
We will lead them and sell radio jammer to block our comms, and we just might know where it is. Not long ago, we heard radio craft hovering over the center of the complex. We thought it was Jay coming for a pickup, but the shuttle had come and gone from the other side. Around that time, we started losing communication with the other dig sites.
So, jammers up on the roof sounds like a bad hunch.
It's all we got left. We don't have many troops to spare for reconnaissance, let alone attack. But since you're the got this far, you just might be our best shot both. We only got 20 men left to spare. The rest of us will have to keep the artifacts secure. Hold it out for as long as we can.
They're ready to go to war, so we got you back. Then it's settled. Let's take out that jammer. As we trek our journey to the roof of the mall to take out the jammer, we encounter an arcade place. This is very nice and
Rogan is found. Backdrafting for a shower.
looks like they found us. But like always, we managed to take them down with not many casualties, which is pretty surprising. Also, we meet the biggest coward in the stage, which is this officer who runs away immediately the second all of his guys he hides in this high ground while he sends everyone else to die. Then the second his guys die, he runs away like a coward. So we chase after him to the laser tag arena, which we learn about shooting the targets to progress. But this section is really nice. Most of this game before was very gray and dark, but it's now bright and colorful, which really helps with the vibe. Also, looks like a fun place to do laser tag too. I would like to go there. Also, at this point, how's this random dude winning? We're just some basic unit and beating a tactical army. We aren't Hank or our arena protagonist. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong though. Some weird time crap is happening with the machine that sends us back, or our failed attempt. Could be what could be happening. I'm not too sure about it though. If you know the reason, tell me. But enough talking, we need to continue on with this massacre. But we continue to go through fighting some shield guys and some guys blasting through walls, and oh hey, it's the same officer again, hiding behind a box. But last time we got close to him, he did not like that very much, so he ran away. This officer is one of those people who play dirty all the time, but the second you play dirty, he gets mad and how it's not fair. It's no, we can't do that. That isn't fair. It's one of those people, those really annoying people I do not like. But we'll eventually find him and take him out. Eventually. So we head outside and it's complete chaos. We see two of our guys get annihilated from a rocket launcher, as the other said on the floor, RIP. This area is also our first vehicle fight, and the only way to destroy it is to throw a bunch of grenades at it, and he goes. This is when the infantrymen are doing the hardest to keep us back as far as possible, me losing a Corpus and Cooper, saying that their infrastructure is getting much heavier, and that we must be getting close. After that, we head in, clear some guys like usual, and oh, it's that coward again. Maybe his teammates laughed at him for his cowardly actions and forced him to fight us. And now he's trying to act all cool about it. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up. And he does a pretty good job with his machine gun and his sick armor he also has on. But we use our inner anger and hate to destroy him. And that's what happens when he loses and dies. We continue to the next room. But as we head through the door, the other guys realize the coward has died and now are trying to leak some of their messages. But they couldn't do it on time, so we look through it and see what weird messages they've been sending, and it doesn't matter who they are or what they want. Their proximity to the red zone threatens our mission. They're tampering with the relic threatens our purpose. The relic must be evacuated. The threat must be exterminated. Containment must be preserved. Oh, I don't care about this. It's just their leader complaining and whining that we suck and goes against who they are. What a bunch of weirdos, am I right? So we head to the roof and then... Looks like the rhythm was going that way. Then let's go ring the doorbell. The mortar that is shot throughout one of the final sections of this mod isn't really much of a threat. I've only died, I think once by it, but what is hard is the assassin fight. This is pretty annoying since they are relentless on killing you, and I've died a few times by these guys. But I wouldn't consider this the hardest room. That one is coming up very soon. But first, we got to get where the people are launching that mortar shell so they can stop, shooting at us. And I died. Because I was being done. But we are back, and we actually win this time. So we go, find the people who are launching the mortars, kill them, grab some weapons, use some other things, and we head upstairs and...
Compromise, stand your ground, or be buried under it.
Now this is the hardest room. First time playing this, I was killed again and again. This made me pretty upset playing this because, I kept on dying and I had to go back to the roof and keep on going forward, which I could die, again. But what makes this air fight so hard is the officer himself, because with all the enemies trying to kill you, it's hard to fight back, because officer has, his machine gun and can mow you down in seconds. While the other guys are just jumping onto you, trying to take you down. But when you manage to kill them all, he isn't that hard, really. Like I've said before, when deltas, they can be hard when other enemies are around, but by themselves they're not too much of a threat. But yeah, after you take the other guys down, you can run around him, shoot him down, and he goes down pretty easily. Oh, another these guys are here, but isn't too hard. Just do the thing that makes you mad. The rest of your team shows up, open the crate, grab the rocket launcher, and... With all that said, we go up and the workers make one last chance of taking this down, and you know what happens. But finally, we found the thing that's been causing us all this issue. Now we can finally destroy it once and for all. Huh, this feels a bit familiar. But now we need to run. Make one mistake and you're dead. We need to run all the way back and find a hiding place where you're not caught in the machine gun's fire. But when we escape, we open a crate and get a massive machine gun. And now we get to fight the helicopter, which, I gotta admit, this fight sucks. It isn't that good. It's just mostly hard to lock on into the helicopter, because the targeting system is a bit weird, so you might be here for a while. Try and dodge and trying to get annihilated. It could have been a good fight, but isn't. But with this mod being so good, This fight doesn't really hurt it that much, or even at all. But when you finally shoot it down, you can finally escape from this wretched place.
By order of the Nevadian 51st, your disruption of containment will not stand.
Containment of what? Who the hell even are you creeps?
We are Nevada's last line to ever hold. Your mission threatens to cross it. All threats must be exterminated.
This is about the artifact, isn't it? You want to take it back? Come and die trying.
Fury inbound. Proposal accepted.
So now we see who is running this whole show, Captain Garrett, and you know he's pretty mad and wants us dead. This whole fight is doing enough damage to him to stab him with these, like, shock batons, I think those are what they are. But while you're trying to do that, he tries to mow us down with his machine gun. But after you stab him with the shock batons, he runs, hops into a sewer plate, and starts shooting missiles out of the sewer. Then after he's done, he hops out and you gotta repeat what you did, and he will do the same thing. But the last phase is different. He isn't trying to mow you down with his machine gun anymore. He has a shield to block your bullets, and now has a pistol that does a lot of damage. So unfortunately, you can't really use our guns. You gotta use melee weapons. Or kick him, which makes him unbalanced, then you can mow him down.
Apex Fury approaching flatline. All elements, discard Relic Asylum. Reassign Code Lightning.
So that's it. The mod is done, and like I said at the very start of this custom campaign, it is really good, and I'm really excited to see other people do big custom campaigns in the future, since I'll be definitely checking them out. Most likely not going to be making a video on it, because the reason why I'm doing this is that it's the first story campaign to ever be done, and I thought it was special enough to be making a video on it. But there was so much love that was put into this game, like all the custom bosses and interactions are amazing. Speaking of bosses, the Garrett fight is one of the best fights in this game, beating many of the main campaign fights. This design and how you fight him, you gotta be tactical and careful on how you deal with the threat. Makes such an interesting and thrilling fight to do. One thing I wasn't much of a fan of was the music. It's okay, but it's something I wouldn't put on Spotify. Don't know how to explain it. I guess if I had to, it didn't feel like N51 music would sound like. The mediocre music does hurt the game a bit, but from the game has all this great stuff to do, it does more to make up for it. So, what's the future for the Madness Project Nexus custom campaign maps? I think they will be very good since people have the tools to make them, and I am very excited, and many other people are excited to see. Since it's more content, and I bet we will see more custom factions and more things dealing with maybe Nexus Core. So I hope the community will keep on creating for the future, and more cool projects we will see. And I guess that's all I have. I hope this video was interesting enough to listen to, and it wasn't a waste of your time, and bye!